like the 15th or 20th, the boys will be back on campus, and then they'll be pumping the iron.
Yeah, they will. This is my favorite time of the year. I'm excited to see who's putting in the most work, who's getting bigger, who's getting the squats in. I'm very excited. There's no better time to have tour of duty going on, which Mike Norvell and Coach Storms, that's their strength and conditioning offseason program that they call it, tour of duty. And they're going to get after it. But in the Discord, we'll be posting a lot of things and what we're hearing, who's lifting the most weights, who's looking good, who showed up in great shape to start off the offseason. So the spring should be a very fun one to cover, and we'll soon be able to see a lot of these early enrollees come in too. AJ Duffy, Sam McCall, along with the others. I'm excited to see some of these offensive linemen. Quashawn Sapp looks absolutely gigantic. Florida State's got some big boys coming in, so it's just perfect. This is my time to shine right here when we got some big boys coming in, lifting some weights. So the spring should be fun to cover. But yeah, we'll be hopping into the Discord and posting a lot of things. I'm excited. I know a lot of people were disappointed with the early signing day, and I think a lot of people were thinking, Marvin Jones Jr. didn't happen. It kind of stinks. I thought Florida State was in a good spot there, but I mean, Georgia's got the bags. They got the bags, and they offered a really nice NIL package to them and presented that very well, and that's how it sealed the deal. Dad didn't look too crazy happy, but happy for his son, and is what it is. And you lose Tyree West to Tennessee, which didn't think, not a lot of people saw that happening, but Tennessee jumped in late there and grabbed him. Florida State's, got a big offseason ahead. This is a big time year for Mike Norvell, and it's going to be fun to cover. And, we'll be on here all the time and grinding as usual.
Your boy Chubba Purdy got a offer from Nebraska.
Yeah, we put out a little piece on that. I know people say, "Oh, I don't want to hear about 4-0s and stuff," but it's something definitely to keep an eye on. He actually, received it from Nebraska. I believe Pittsburgh was the first one to offer him. They had an in-home visit, and then I believe the QB coach or offensive coordinator coach went to Nebraska and then got offered over there. Yep. So he gets the offer. So that's something to keep a close eye out on where he goes. A lot of 4-0s heading down to FAU too to join Willie Taggart. So best of luck to them, right?
Absolutely.
I know there's a couple of questions in here, Mark, about Brandon Jennings, who was a former Florida State commit, legacy guy. And, I don't see that happening. A lot of bridges were burned during that decommitment and taken away a commitment from Florida State. And the staff just seems like something didn't go too well with Florida State side and Brandon Jennings. So I don't think Florida State's going to continue or go pursue Brandon Jennings. I don't see that happen. I know Florida State is a needle linebacker, but at some point too, you also don't want to ruin what you've been trying to build and change out of that locker room at Florida State. So as of right now, I think those bridges have been burned too far for Brandon Jennings, former FSU commit, legacy guy. Dad played at Florida State. Don't see it happening right now unless Florida State gets really desperate in the end, but I don't see that happening.
So Deuce Spann is a recruited quarterback to Illinois. He was a high school quarterback. He went to Illinois as a quarterback. I saw him play quite a bit this year, but they switched him to wide receiver, and he didn't get a whole lot of time, but they would usually, just send him down the sideline and toss it up to him because he can motor. He did catch a couple touchdown passes this year, 5 catches, 25 yards per catch. So they get him downfield. So is there any talk about Deuce Spann coming to Florida State? Do you know anything about that?
I know Florida State's been in contact with him. I'd be interested to see if they have him recruiting him also as a backup to potentially join Travis in some packages or some kind of way. I don't think Florida State would be really pursuing him as a starting quarterback at all. Jordan Travis has that locked down, but Deuce Spann at wide receiver would be a nice addition. Definitely a speedy guy. I believe a 4.3 40 mark. I think really fast. Yeah. But Florida State has definitely been in contact since the very beginning of him entering that transfer portal. And he's been on that list of guys that they'd love to add to that wide receiver room. So I kind of think of him maybe being the threat of a Ja'Kai Douglas, who Ja'Kai this last season was really pivotal with those fade routes on the sideline and caught them. And so using the speed there would be nice for Jordan Travis back there at quarterback. Could it be where he is a backup guy to Jordan Travis in some way because of his, Jordan Travis being not so healthy in a lot of games this last season and the year before? Staying healthy has been a big time problem for Jordan Travis. Is he coming in also to be kind of play a backup role for him? Because right now Florida State's still, trying to build some quarterback depth. Also, I'd look at seeing a transfer out of their transfer portal at the quarterback position. So something to keep an eye on. I think there should be a decision soon from him. And I think Florida State has been heavily in contact too on their side of things. So we'll keep an eye out if that's going to be the third wide receiver addition in less than a month.